As far as value, like we bought this thing intending to sell it for $325.
Yeah.
Right? And now we're gonna list it today for $305.
Yeah.
So we're gonna break even on it. That was not in the intent when we bought it.
Right. No one ever buys properties hoping just to break even.
Yeah, it's like the example we always, or what I used to say, we call this the gambler's prayer. Please, Lord, let me break even, I need the money. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I'm gonna open the door. I don't know if that will help with the bugs. All right. Hey guys, it's Steve Trang. We're over at this property, 2046 West Elm Street, and boy, do I have a story for you. Back in October of 2019, we actually bought this house. Well, technically we didn't buy it. We put it under contract. We met with the homeowner in this property, and he agreed to sell his property to us. And the only contingency in there was that we find a property for him to move into, which was a little challenging at that time, but you know, we were up for the challenge. And so we were supposed to close at the end of the year, and we didn't. Prior to us closing on Elm, we bought a mobile home for the guy to move into. Yeah. And we showed it to him, make sure it was up to his standards, and he was good with it.
Probably. Let's go to the kitchen.
That's molded, that's just stuffed up shit. No, that's stuffed up shit.
Yeah, this property's terrible. Hello, I'm Steve Trang. I'm viewing a property today. This is some ass. I'm gonna be real with you. If you want to live in this property, just email me at 1-800-I-like-houses. This room big as hell though. Alright, yes, thank you.
I'm gonna get some useful footage.
It's the drummer king. We was straight stunned. It's got good reverb in here, baby. Oh, no. This joint, bro. They ain't seen that pump.
Yeah, $200,000 they're trying to get back quick.
They're trying to get 200 grand for this?
They bought it for 200.
No wonder she's so frustrated with that.
Guess we'll see.
No, I'm saying like when they look at like, because I'm about to put a jacket on.
Oh, I see, yeah.
The team's walked through the property multiple times. This is the first time I've walked through it. You might be wondering why I'm wearing a jacket when it's 110 outside. Well, whatever's been going on in here has been very good for mosquitoes. So as we're recording this video, I'm getting bit up and down my legs, but I'm wearing a jacket so my arms aren't bitten off like crazy. So on closing day, when we're supposed to close, the buyer that was supposed to perform took 2 days, if I recall correctly, to close. And the guy calls the seller, says, hey, I don't want to close anymore. And we're like, what do you mean you don't want to close anymore? Like, we just bought a mobile home for you for $17,000 change. We literally purchased a mobile home for you to move into because you needed a place to live in. So let's look at the rest of the property. We had to go through specific performance, and that's the reason why it went from December of 19 until finally, I think we closed on it, was it like middle of last year, right? So we went through the court process this whole time. And the reason why it took so long, I mean, lawsuits can take a long time, but the reason why this one took so long was because of COVID. Along this whole way, so we've had so much turnover, right? From October of 19 to finally closing in the middle or towards, I think, Q3, Q4 of 2022, Rodolfo, who locked it up, left. Miguel, his friend who helped him lock it up, left. Ruben, our dispo guy, is left. Had a business breakup with my business partner, right? Like, there's all these complications. And on top of all this, we're just racking up attorney bills this whole time, right? Like, attorneys aren't cheap. So every time we have to have a conversation, even if it's just a conversation of, hey, they postponed the hearing, cost me $30 just to get that email. Everybody makes it sound like it's really easy to make money in real estate, but the reality is there are a lot of ups and downs when you're trying to flip properties. When we bought this property, we thought we were gonna make $30, $40, maybe $50,000. Man, if we only lose $15,000 on this property, that's gonna be a win for us. So we're trying to sell 180. It's like, okay, well, that will help us at least recoup all the attorney's costs and the mobile home, right? If we could just break even on this deal, because that's what we're looking at now, between the mobile home and all these attorney's fees all throughout the years, we just want to break even right now. If we can do that, that'd be great. We don't. We took it off the market, brought in a contractor, fixed it up, made it look real good. Hey, remember this house? The last time we were here, I was wearing a jacket in the middle of summer. Why? Because it was infested with mosquitoes. So since then, we've completely remodeled this place. We spent about $35,000, $40,000. As you can see, we replaced all the flooring, knocked out the kitchen island. Now we actually have an open kitchen, all new cabinets, countertops, appliances, even got the refrigerator, washer, and dryer, because we gotta make this extra special for whoever's gonna move into this. So after everything's said and done, between the holding costs, remodeling, the attorney's fees, the mobile home, and all the other costs I can't think of, I think we walked away losing $40K on this deal, right? And it's just what happens when we get caught in a market shift. And of course you get caught in a market shift. It takes you 3 years to do the deal. Now there was a small win here. I got to be on News 15. June 15th, I mean, it's like drop dead date, you know? In the beginning of June, there's some concerns, interest rates are kind of going up, whatever. But when the Fed announced that we're bumping the rate 0.75 percent, 75 bips, like that shocked the entire industry.
In June, the tune changed. The Fed raised rates, mortgages skyrocketed, and investors pulled out. It was the start of what national home experts call a housing correction.
The market shift definitely affected what we could do with it, right? Because we went from a market where everyone was willing to overpay, overbid, not ask for concessions, and not ask for repairs. So that was the market we were in. And in that market, we could have gotten away with selling it for 185, 190 with nothing at all additional to it. Then we very quickly, in a matter of a few months, went from a market where you could expect to get 10 to 20,000 over market of a reasonable condition property, let alone this crappy property. We could get away with it. That's what people were willing to buy. To a market where people were no longer offering full price, plus they were asking for concessions. And in this moment, it was really bad, so they asked for a ton of concessions. And after that, they asked for repair credits, right? So there was a lot of stuff they were asking for, which they could ask for, right? In that environment, when we closed on it, buyers had all the leverage. If we were still holding on to the property today, maybe we break even instead of losing 40K. We're a different market today than we were back then.